get that one. So.
As long as you can get the full thing out.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But yeah, the theoretical damage there is quite high. Gonna look really good. Trading back and forth, of course, until Ornn is level 3. Don't worry about the
fired early bot. They're not gonna expect
this. They got Smoke Speed Exhaust on me. He does not have the cleanse. Second exhaust for more slow. Straight up 2-on-2 kill. Tactical. No, not going over the flash follow, but 2-on-2, they just chunked Mia, and down goes the support. EG gets first blood.
So much credit deserved, by EG for the setup there, and also for Inspired doing something pretty atypical, because in this meta, it's been so much about 6-clamp clear.
Like, no. I'm going to be safe. Don't worry about it. I know I can play far enough back. Then DPS Optimal is definitely cracking, so I think it is a real choice. We'll see where he goes. If he gets a nice invade, that's well done. And that's going to be Red Steel.
It is always really interesting, right? Because there's multiple schools of thought. Oh, nice collapse here. Impact's waiting.
Initial stun is there, level 5. Speaking, going to get hit up for a bit, and they're going to just chunk down Mia already. Knock up from 1, but Huni's going to get nothing else done with this one. Inspired. Of course, level 6 could almost find himself a kill. Won't be enough to kill off Speak, but still trading in with Huni pretty well. Goes for the ulti, decent damage. Stun not in range for Impact. It's so short range. And ultimately, yes, Huni will live.
Really good read.
Like, we'll pack the other way to kind of separate that and make something kind of spicy happen. But as you mentioned, it was down.
Yeah, and I think it's also really important, as these style of compositions be first. Their own nice kick flash.
Forward hop kick flash bubble will not land, and so flash safety is going to be enough. Even the red buff claim goes right back in. Danny, he's going to live, and Speako will not. 7th place may be your destiny after all. Inspired not going to find the target, though. Be careful. Gets right back in on Dilution, and it's going to continue on. Sejuani knocks down Mia, and Jojo Pen has a stopwatch for a minute. Will it be enough, though? Maybe going to come back in and flash of safety. Soldiers not going to have it happen, and TSM one of the Mika almost got it, and they're going to get nothing. A 5-for-0 final at ace to EG.
EG's team fighting is too damn good. None of them go down. Clean ace there. Danny stayed around that whole time with no health, even waiting for the perfect moment there to go back in and help to kill off Maple. 1 exhaust is good, but 2 exhausts are better. Speaka going back in, got baited by the exhaust, couldn't get the initial kill. And EG slink out of there with low health bars, but a massive gold advantage. They're gonna be able to take this tower down. That puts the FDX gold advantage up to about 6K. And we have not yet crested the 20-minute mark. EG, man, their team fighting is just next level.
Yeah, oh man, what a really good fight. So let's watch this again. So close on the bubble from Mia.
Yeah.
He was able to flash, it doesn't matter where it was aimed, he could always have flashed that.
Yep, so he takes the Q back in, but the exhaust is there. Inspired is in the area. The ulti comes through. Look at this culling from Tactical, just barely misses the last bullet. Then Danny sidestepping the ulti on the top side. Tactical has gone very aggressive here. He flashed in, he already used the cleanse, so Jojo comes in, does get the kill. The Hex Trigger, though, and the perfect timing stopwatch, which was available, buys the time to get him out. He flashes over the wall. Vulcan is there with the heal, as Maple's committing to try to kill Jojo. Danny stayed around the entire time, biding his time, waiting for that moment to rejoin the fight. He comes in, helps to finish it off. EG just playing to the very nice edge in that fight. These players know their limits, and are using their cooldowns perfectly, and it's just got to be so frustrating for TSM. Both the EG carries a couple hit points away from dying. Could have meant such a difference in that fight. I mean, if Danny gets hit by one more tick of that culling and dies early, then maybe Maple can take over the end of the fight. Doesn't get killed off by Danny.
Right.
So it's such a big swing in fights like this, but now you look over, and Danny has 2 completed items, the Essence Reaver and this Kraken that early on is really, really frightening.
They're going to find mid-tier 2, so gold lead will grow back above 6,000 gold right here. Yeah, 6.2, and we know 115 till the dragon comes up. I believe Jojo Pyun held on the package the whole time. Nice turret to back, though. Yep. Bounty's rightfully on for this one, probably for several minutes. But question is, are TSM willing?
No.
And you can see, yeah, there's the on the way ping of top outer. I think TSM, in all cases, should always try to trade for top outer, and if EG play greedy, top tier 2 for a dragon.
I mean, this is what I always think about, right? You just look at item completions, right? And you start looking at these kind of like key members, even across the board here. Mid lane, of course, that is more at parity, but the item advantages are pretty significant across the board. It does become really, really problematic when the gold lead is showing itself in an extra completed item. That is where you're really kind of at your biggest deficit. So I don't think we're going to see them fight for it at all. We know the package is going to be available here for Jojo, so that's going to further reinforce the fact that they won't want to go for it. Also really do like this style of build when you are kind of the sole engage, as Sejuani is this game, where he's very high on CDR, the Frozen Heart, Lucidity Boots, is going to have a relatively low cooldown on that ultimate. It's already down to 60 seconds, so you can definitely be pretty aggressive with it.
Oh, this is smart by EG, though. Actually, the incredible extra pressure on mid lane to say, hey, do you really want to react to losing an inhibitor? Because that could be the possibility here.
They're flanking. Look at the mini-map. They're actually coming up.
Yeah, they're going for this play on a Maple, saying, you know, maybe not the people to control this one. A ward in the brush, and the blast bundling for safety. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and stop everything possible. TSM wanted the cross map, EG park, and say, well, get Dragon when we want it. They're going to knock down Maple instead. Package for good nature.
They're going to
knock a bounty. And yeah, actually, they can lose a Drake. Okay, cool. Hey, bounty still acquired. TSM, it was a bait and switch, but yes, the Baron claim is going to look even better.
Yeah, we'll see if TSM can do anything about it. The objective bounty is claimed. They do grab a second dragon. Looks like TSM is not even going to try to challenge here because they know JoJo didn't even spend the package. I think that is actually timed out, though.
No, he used it to kill Maple.
Yeah,
he did burn it.
So, still paying respect, I guess, to all the other cooldowns that are remaining. The ultimate from Yuumi, the ultimate from MF. They are going to give that up. TSM closing the gold lead a little bit because they do get the bounty, but of course the Baron is going to be very problematic and really help EG to push this game forward.
Pretty good. So unfortunate for TSM, but looks like it's not going their way. Evil Geniuses, the defending LCS champions, they got the Red Bull Baron buff. They're going to look for the power play here. It's probably going to be an inhibitor or more. Nothing else to take but the TSM base. So the question is how much the siege is going to work.
Yeah, I mean, they do have pretty good poke. They do have pretty good setup. You know, I don't think they're really looking at Dragon Soul as their win condition any longer. They are just kind of looking to continue to extend this gold advantage, push in, poke with Gorky, who now has that Ludens completed. Yuumi strapped onto him. Yes, you know, you're maybe not getting as much of an amp as some of the other champions do, but I still think Yuumi plus Gorky is an incredibly strong combo because it allows Gorky to position a lot more aggressively, knowing that he has the safety of the Yuumi attached to him, the speed up, the slowdown from the Prowling Projectile allows you to really chase people down, and if they try to engage, of course, you have the exhaust, you have the ulti for field, so it just allows JoJo to really kind of push to the maximum here as far as the amount of poke, the amount of damage you can get out.
It'll be painful. Bot lane tier 2 under a bit of fire. So far not able to get up for, oh my man. Yep, number 2, number 3, that's a dash backwards. I believe it wasn't a big one. Actually, I think it was. He can get away regardless. Looking to look pretty solid there. Bot lane tier 2 is gone. And we've got the push still going. Impact took over the mid lane. They're gonna shepherd the minions in. Pretty tanky thanks to the Baron buff. And well, still a minute 20 to go. 3,500 on the power play. Gonna keep that one going if they can.
Yeah, looking good so far. I mean, TSM are gonna have to bring all their members down towards bot, but the tower is going down here pretty quickly, and in fact, just kind of playing bodyguard to these two carries.
The only unfortunate thing is you've got Danny relying on his flash as the disengage tool because he's 550 range, doesn't have really long range turret shots or anything, so can only do so much to face Azir.
Yep, and we'll see if they can sync up the waves. That's what they're really going to try to look for here, is try to have these two waves crashing at about the same time. It is pretty close.
You see Impact not hitting, everyone else is. They got the Ornhorn, and we're going to have a fight. Mean absolutely nothing, no stuns. Tactical cleanses, gets away, stays alive, back into the base. Mia a bit low, has to flash away, as he might have died to a bullet time, but here comes the rest of the push. Inspired dives, they're gonna look for one, and yes, that is Azir going down. A stopwatch for a second, Impact flash into safety. Turret back onto the cannon means that will fall without much issue. Elite Sin drops a 2-for-0. Tactical kills the wave and dies himself. 4 picked up, and Huni is on the run. It turns out TSM indeed will not end up anything like CLG. They cannot beat Evil Geniuses. EG continue the march. 26 minutes in. TSM may have claimed a Drake, they may have claimed 2, a Herald, a second, but not a single kill. No one on EG will fall. The turrets drop. TSM 2-4. Evil Geniuses temporarily alone in first place.
EG crushing today, looking so dominant, which with a comp that could have been this slow, methodical, late game style composition, they come out, they get aggressive here, closing it out in under 26 minutes.